that. I love that.
I got to go in and change it to another title here in a minute, but it doesn't matter. It happens. I mean, this is like free stuff, so I don't mind when somebody has a mistake or it's Easter, which I
Yeah.
didn't realize when I scheduled it.
No. Yeah.
Poor old your buddy Anthony was like, "What's up, Bobby?" It was like an hour ago.
Oh shit!
This was so long ago. I'm like, I don't have a heart to tell this may not happen.
Whoopsie. Well, that's what happens with live television. You know, I mean, I've had guests cancel literally a half hour before they come on, going, "Hey man, I can't make it tonight." And I'm like, "Fuck, really? You give me a half hour?"
Oh yeah.
That's when I just throw on my hat and I start tap dancing for the camera. You know.
Mm-hmm. If I could guarantee that all the people that would watch would show up at once, and we could just do comments, it'd be okay. But for the first 20 minutes, it's just me talking to myself till they show up, and no one wants to hear that.
That's so true. Yeah. Well, I think it's why a lot of people have these big intros, these 5-minute long intros. I get it now. I don't have one either, but that's why I get it. It's to make everybody go, "Hey guys, we're gonna come." No one wants to see the matinee, you know.
It's like the opening act of the show. How nobody's ever there at 7 p.m.
No, and half the time those are the better bands. I like the beginning bands. Those are the ones that really try it. They want to be known, you know.
But those are the ones bringing the skill and the passion.
You think, yeah, just like Little League baseballers, man. They got to prove themselves. It's the asshole pros that could care less. They are millionaires.
Hell yeah! I'm glad you come in here a while ago. I'm glad you came in here because I actually had a Stephen King related question.
Ooh.
And I saw it. I've been like, since we talked the first time, that Stephen King kind of got to the front of my mind again.
I was saying, I kind of rekindled the love or passion. I seem to have that. People seem to go, "Oh yeah, Stephen King's got some good work, and he's alive." The dude's never cheated on his wife that we know of. He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't have a bad skeleton in the bone. I mean, in the closet that you know of. He's a pretty good to look up to someone in today's day and age. All the scumbag pieces of shit that fuck over their wives and pedophile kid touchers. Stephen, dude, besides having a sick mind, he's a pretty clean-cut dude that just donates to charity, donates to libraries, and he loves his kids and wife. God bless him. Fuck. Right?
Oh yeah, he keeps pretty much down home.
He's our generation's Edgar Allan Poe, dude. He's our generation's, you know what I mean? Like he's a master of what he does. And you see him and he's wearing just a regular polo or flannel shirt. You see him at these stores in Maine. He goes to these hardware stores where he lives, and he just looks like a regular fucking $2 man. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love it.
Like a bootleg Bill Gates almost.
Dude, yeah. You wouldn't think he's got $20 billion in the account, but
was he the Secret Window guy?
Yes, Johnny Depp.
Secret Window.
Johnny Depp's been in 2 of his. I think another. He's in Johnny Depp in his movie. Tom Green was in the Green Mile. Not Tom Green. I'm sorry. Tom fucking Hanks. Tom Green. I'm stoned. Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump. So he's had a lot of famous people, but yeah, Secret Window's a trip. That's a different one. I want my story.
I want my story. It's weird that he got to play the same damn character from Oh Brother Where Art Thou like 6 months later in the Secret Window.
You caught that too, huh?
I swear to God, because that's not how he sounds. He's like, nobody fucks with you, Jesus. I want my story.
But he kept the accent. He kept it, and he's a hell of an actor. I forget. He was in some Adam Sandler movies too, I think, right? He was in Big Daddy, I think.
Yeah, that dude pops in and out. Like he was fucking Quintana.
Oh shit, are we live? We're live.
We've been.
Hey Joey.
Live.
I didn't. Sorry, Joey. What's up, Joey Hayes? I thought we were just shooting the shit. Sometimes I forget.
Yeah, as soon as I got a good comm check from him, we kicked it off.
Oh no! Well, you know me. I always feel like I'm having fun with my friends. So shit, man, how you been? I mean, I feel like I haven't talked to you. I know we're both busy. Summer's coming off, so we're getting shit planned and stuff like that. But I try to keep in tabs with you. And I looked one day and I said, add friend. I go, did he defriend me? But when I got hacked a couple weeks ago, I lost like a bunch of pictures and like 10 friends, 20 friends.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I've been kind of in the plateau stage in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like I got better and better and better at it, but now all of a sudden, like I'm planing out. But I think the last time we talked was when the whole country was like 1 degree below zero.
Yeah,
your power went out because of that.
You remember that? At the end, you remember? I went back and watched the video, and you guys are like, "Oh, the government heard him and cut him off."
Very, very convenient. It was the topic. The topic was like, "I hope you don't get killed." And I was like, "Hello, Adam."
There is no Adam. Lose this number. Click. No, they can't
all of a
find
sudden,
me.
Max headroom popped on.
Oh,
Where's
that's
Joey Hayes from? Is Joey Hayes from Ireland or is he Scotland?
really, we got an
He's
overseas man. Hopefully, my
I think
friends check
so.
in. Is this? I shared this link on my Facebook page. Hopefully, it's the same one.
It will be. Well, if it was the goats one, it won't be.
No, see, we'll have remote viewing with Paul Smith. Fuck.
Man, that guy was amazing.
Where is the link on your page, Bob, for this right now that we're on?
I will send it to you.
Yeah, but tag me in it if you can, and I'll put it on so people can, my friends can tune in and shit. It's late notice. It's Sunday at 8:30. But the reason why, man, I get some big news, and I may actually go on myself this week to talk about it. But I'm actually gonna break the news, I think, on your show. Fuck it. Oh, here we go. Let me get it right here. I don't want to reply. What do I do? Share it? I can pin it. I can forward it. I don't know what I do with it. All right, I'll get to it later. Fuck them. So check it out. You know Pet Cemetery, right?
Yeah.
You know the truck driver. Remember, he's listening to the Ramones, and he engages, get the fucking kite, and he gets hit with him.
Let me check it out. Truck driver
enjoying a Guinness in Bray, Ireland. Oh, awesome! That was for me.
Oh yeah, here he is. I see him. The truck driver.
Okay, yes, and he's listening to She Is a Punk Rocker. For those of you listening, Joey Hayes and everybody, he drives the big red semi truck, I think it's a Mack truck. It's got the bulldog on it, and he's listening to the Ramones. And Gage has got get the baby, and he fucking plows into Gage and kills Gage. He watched one of my shows about 2 months ago. His name's Donnie Green. He grew up in Maine. He lives in Florida now. He almost worked for Most Dangerous Truckers. He gave me his personal cell phone, Bob, and I talk to him every other day now. He lives in Tampa. Yes, Donnie Green. There's the truck. There's the whole scene. Oh, I wish I could do that. I got to learn how to do that. Dude,
yeah, that's crazy though. Same guy.
Well, check it out, right? So you see the truck on the bottom left, how it's in the grass field right there? Yep. Dude, I got pictures. That truck has been refurbished. Hold on. It's worth it. It's worth it. Hold on.
Oh, it's all worth it.
I'm trying to figure out.
I need to go back and watch that because that's one of those movies that came out when I was little. So I didn't get to watch it as much.
Oh, fuck. I can't for the life of me. So here's the truck. Oh, fuck. So there's Donnie. It's hard to see. My phone's fucking junk.
Here, I'll kill the feed.
So there's Donnie. So he was in the underground pet. There's the truck, right? He sent me pictures, dude, and I got him. I don't know why I can't find him now. That truck has been refurbished. He's coming up in July. He's going to be in a parade in Bangor, Maine, Derry, Maine, where Stephen King lives, where all the incentive of everything is. He's going to be in a parade with the truck. It's got a little placard on it. You can YouTube it. It's got a placard on it that says this truck was built exclusively for Stephen King's Pet Cemetery. He's going to drive that truck in the 4th of July parade through the streets. And guess what? He wants me to fucking ride shotgun in that truck.
What is this?
Scouts Honor. Scouts Honor. He's going to come down. He's going to do a tour at conventions, a meet and greet with him in the truck. And he wants me to be his fucking agent. He wants me to take calls and go with him and set up hotels and shit. I swear to the Lord above, dude. I swear to the Lord above. Like, this is I told people I'm going to be in a Pet Cemetery style 4th of July parade. I didn't lay it out too much, but I said, you know what? I don't care anymore. I got to tell you.
Was it in Bangor, Maine, you say?
Bangor, Maine. Well, I believe it's a little north of that, but that's where the truck is right now. It's in Bangor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But the parade, I think, is in Bangor. I'm going to find out more as we go. He talks to me a lot because he's a truck driver still. He's a dispatcher, and he's coming down from Maine for the month. He goes, I'm yours, man. I said, I know where they shot Graveyard Shift. Let's go together. We'll set up a meet and greet, do autograph sessions. He goes, you can do it. Let's do it, and you can be my agent. I go, get the fuck out of here, Donnie. We talked about 2 hours on the phone, dude. I swear to God. So I said, holy shit. And he knows Stephen King's number. He says, we'll introduce you. I said, I'm going to die a happy man. So 4th of July, you come to Maine. People come to Maine. I want to set something up. You know me, man. A lot of people hang their hat on everything in this paranormal field on one place or 2 places or a team they're on or Ghost Hunters or Zach Bagans. And dude, I'm not trying to say I'm better, but I want to be different. I want to do something that no one doing. I want to do something that people just, everybody's doing all. And I like history, but I love movie stuff. So you type in historical stuff. It doesn't have to be just history of the world. History is history of anything. History of bubblegum, right? So I just do the history that I like. So I'm doing Stephen King history, and no one's really doing that yet. And why not?
That's a niche,
right?
It's a niche that needs to be filled.
I went to the same high school as him. His English teacher, Mrs. Grant, was my homeroom teacher in 1996. Told me I taught Stephen King everything he knows. There's a library card he signed. Swear to God, he grew up in Durham. I've been to his childhood home. Right next door to his childhood home, dude, is a church. He attended the church with his parents, and he preached there. He had his preacher's license. And I talked to the Historical Society. They're going to let me go in. So I might even do a documentary film if I can. The fucking sky's the limit, right? Push, man. I died 2 years ago, like I told you, in that car accident. After my mom died, I got bequeathed her car. Some dude hit me head on in Maine. They never found him. I died for 38 seconds. They paddled me back. Man, I'm going on 43, 2 years after what should be my funeral in 2019. 4 years now, but it should be my funeral. And I'm not married, man. I got my girl. She's got a couple kids. I got no kids. Let's do it, right? What do I get to lose? What do I get?
Crazier things have happened. Remember back when The Walking Dead first kicked off?
I was behind a fucking flea market eating fucking Pop-Tarts and shitting in a snowbank, living in a camper with no power for 2 years.
You're going to be Stephen King's ambassador.
Yeah, brother. Who was the actor who played Judd Crandall? That was
Here it is. I didn't see that.
He played Herman Munster. His name is fucking. Oh, he died like 3 years after Pet Sematary. I can't think of his name. Shit.
Yeah, he was the older guy, wasn't he?
Yes, he goes. Oh, they go back and forth all day, Lewis. He played Herman Munster.
I'll look it up.
In the Munsters.
I remember when that happened. We were at a Fred Gwynn. Fred Gwynn,
Gwynn, Fred Gwynn. Yep. And if you look on set, dude, I've been to Pet Cemetery House in Hancock, Maine, named after the president. The Hancock signed his name on the Declaration of Independence.
Signed John Hancock.
Yeah, that's what we named after, John Hancock. That's what this town's named after. And the house is still yellow with a red roof. Still got the little fucking concrete rock thing in front of the dirt driveway. Still the fucking same. I took the path down out back where they walk to the pet cemetery. It goes to a waterfall. So I went in Ellsworth. I've done so much research, brother, all summer long. And I've been to Ellsworth where the real pet cemetery is, where he buried his daughter, Naomi, her pet cat, which gave me the idea for the pet cemetery because there's one back there. I've been to that one. I've been to the movie filming site. Dude, I'm a fucking nut when it comes to Stephen King stuff. I've been to his radio station. I applied for a job there, Stephen King Radio in Bangor. They got a big thing of Pennywise outside. Why not, right, dude? I mean, if you live in Hollywood, right, you sell maps to the stars. So I go, well, if people come to Maine and they want to see where the storm drain, the inspiration for Pennywise is, they want to see where the Paul Bunyan statue is that was superimposed in the movie It, the second It, the big Paul Bunyan tries to kill the guy. That's right in Maine, 38 feet tall statue. If they want to go to Stephen King's house, you want to go to Storm of the Century, Blood and Sin, come on in. You want to go to that? I've been to that. Storm of the Century on Island of Little Tall. You ever seen that?
Oh yeah. I'm just looking at all these things I forgot he even wrote.
Dude, I've been to Thinner. Remember the big fat dude and the girl Gypsy curse and she spits, I spit on you. I've been to all those sites where the dude eats in the bar and in the water. I've been to those. That's in Belfast.
He's eating all that ice cream.
Yeah, boy. He's just fucking mowing. He goes, I've been lost so much weight. And she blows him. And remember, she's blowing him and he hits that gypsy and kills her. I've been to that. I've been to those. I've been to the bar. It's a pharmacy where Stephen King plays Mr. Bangor. And he's the pharmacist, and I've been there, and I just doesn't stop. I said hi to Tabitha 2 weeks ago, his wife, outside the gate there in Bangor. He's still there once in a while. He lives in Lovell, Maine. He's back now from Florida. So I'm into his son shit. Joe Hill, I've been watching Nosferatu. I read Heart Shaped Box. So you know what, dude? Fuck it, right? Because I'm friends with Lauren Coleman. Now, Lauren Coleman is the International Cryptozoology Museum, the only one in the world. He's the founder, dude. He's the Ed Warren of monsters. He named the Dover Demon in Massachusetts, the Dover Demon. His shop is like a mile, not even 500 feet from Stephen King's house in Bangor. So you can go there and see Mothman and Dover Demon and Loch Ness Monster, Nessie stuff. Right by Stephen King ship. Bangor's killer, downtown Bangor, Al Brady got killed. After Bonnie and Clyde got killed, he was America's Most Wanted. and he was
Mhm.
23 and he got shot and killed by J. Edgar Hoover and FBI in Bangor. There's a big slab says Al Brady got killed here, and he's buried in the cemetery. So fucking Bangor, dude. I tell you, it keeps me busy. Between King and everything else, man. It's a beautiful little city.
Here I am looking up how far the drive is.
You come up, dude. I'm about 45 minutes away. I live at the start of the Appalachian Trail. I live in Greenville, Maine. It's about 45 minutes from Bangor, maybe about an hour. So I drive a little bit to DoorDash. I have my little haven. It takes me about 45 minutes to get to a stop sign or red light. I live where there's a population 1,200. There's just moose and wild rabbits. It literally is. When people go, I just want to get away. I'm like, come to fucking where I live in Adams, Maine. ADAMS. No shit. Look it up. It's right by the Appalachian Trail. Right next to where I live, too, is Elephant Mountain. There was a B-52 bomber crash site there. There was 9 soldiers from Massachusetts that crashed, and 7 of them died there in 1968 in February in Maine in negative 20-degree weather. The 2 survivors got frostbite, but the airplane's still there. There's fuel lodges and shit, a big U.S. government thing, plaques, you name it, dude. So Maine's got lore, dude, the Wendigo lore. And so Stephen King's a chunk of it, but I broadened my horizon to all of it. There's witches buried here in Bucksport, right? There's this guy, Colonel Buck. His tomb's got a black footprint on it, and they say it's because he burned a witch and she'd dance on his grave. They removed the fucking grave 5 times, and the black footprint comes back. Bucksport, Maine. I've been there. So there's some lore, dude. You know me. I don't got time for Netflix and chill. I got real life shit to go discover.
Yeah, that's better than Netflix.
It is, brother. And it's good. I got it. People have kids. People maybe have disabilities, one leg, overweight, diabetes. They can't do it. But let me do it. Come to my YouTube channel, Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter. Check me out on Facebook and YouTube. I'm on TikTok now. And I just love to go, man. I went to a house made out of 30,000 Union soldier tombstones in Virginia. The only house in the world made out of tombstones. The whole walkway and everything. And that's on there, too. Been to vampires' graves. You know me, Bob. So I don't want to just neglect myself to paranormal, but I love my movies. I love the adventure. I love abandon. Fucking life's a fucking garden, dude. You know, life's a fucking Where's Waldo? You know what I mean? Pokemon Go is real, you know?
Yeah, it is. I've seen you posting from a bunch of different spots. I was like, man,
Yeah.
living my dream, going all these crazy places.
You come down, I'll hook you up, brother. I know you get that mentality. And Stephen King has a lot of little cameos in his films. He does. I actually got one of his pops from the It Chapter 2, and he's the bookkeeper. Remember, he's there, and the kid walks in. He goes, "Oh, He goes, "Oh, baseball card, ball, beaver." He goes, "Fucking bike." And Steve goes, "Takes that language outside." I started laughing my ass off.
I didn't know he started. He kept writing until just a couple years ago.
You know, dude, he's got a book coming out September, 2 days after my birthday, September 8th. My birthday's the 6th. He's got a book coming out this September.
If It Bleeds, it was like 2 years ago.
If It Bleeds, with a cat, right?
I didn't know that Under the Dome was just recent as well.
Under the Dome.
I thought he had it open for a while.
Starts. Drew Barrymore. She started in Firestarter and Cat's Eyes. You know, that was her big role. She loves King.
And E.T.
E.T.'s the man. It's got to be Audrey. Oh, look at you, get some boys with you. Who's Scotty B? Was that one of the guys?
He's one of Long Island Bigfoot's homies.
Oh, right on.
He's one of the regulars. I keep wanting to say he's from Portugal, but that's Johnny.
That's
Johnny. What's his name? Yeah, he's from America. Let's see, The Outsider. The Outsider was good. 1922. That was recent. I thought The Outsider 1922. Was amazing.
I watched that. That had the guy that played the Punisher in the John Travolta Punisher, the Marvel Punisher movie with the guns. That guy played in 1922. He's like a farmer, and he's like, and he's got really southern drawl, and that's a fucking eerie movie. That's an eerie movie. What's your favorite, Bobby? What's one of your favorite King movies?
I'll tell you the one that stands out in my mind the most, and it's dumb. It's The Langoliers. I think it's because it came on in 6th grade, and I remember the noise and that little girl that got shot.
The little balls of teeth.
Yeah, and it was remember the animation in the 90s, how bad it was?
Oh my God. Not then it wasn't. Back then it was like, oh my God, the future's gonna rock. And now it's like, oh my God, my video games in the 90s and shit, old wrestling. But dude, you know what's funny? I've been to that airport. That's the Bangor International Airport, and I've been there, and I've got a video of the Langoliers. That's that and like I said, Thinner too. I went to the bridge where the gypsy got in a car crash. And next Friday on my show, I have Vincent Gutano on. He did the physical makeup in the movie Thinner for Stephen King. He's my guest. So between him and of course I got Donnie Green as my guest, and he's coming down too. And do you like Rob Zombie? Do you like Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah, those were cool.
Guess who my guest is in a month?
I don't know.
Dr. fucking Satan from
Dr.
House of
Satan.
Dr. Satan with the gas mask, and he's Walter Falaba. He's coming. I just had Sandy Johnson on 2 weeks ago. She was Mike Myers' sister in the 1978 Halloween. Judith Myers, Sandy Johnson. She was 1974 Playboy. June 74 Playboy Playmate. She was my guest 2 Tuesdays ago. She blew me a kiss on the TV. I go, blew me a kiss. She goes like that. So yeah, man, I that keeps me going. Because with obviously, life's a fucking kick in the cunt. It really is. Pardon my language, but between the price of everything and you got to watch what you say and everybody hates everyone and no one likes what people's opinion and work sucks and people suck and fucking, I was here first. So I try to lose myself and I try to watch documentaries. I try to watch based on true story shit. And then I try to go just focus on things I can do that most people don't do. When I go to the rock quarry from Pet Cemetery, remember they're going almost there, Lewis, and you can see a big water thing with rocks in the middle of the water. And Pet Cemetery, I've been there, and there's no one there. There's no line. There's no T-shirts. There's no sign. It's in the middle of the woods. And you go, and there's no one there, and I get to go there as long as I want for free. And it blows my fucking mind when I compare the pictures.
Really?
Dude, yeah. I don't know if you saw that or not. I got a video of it, too. I walked on the ledge. You remember that cliff?
I've seen several of them, yeah.
When he's walking with the cat. And he's like, he's almost there, Lewis. He goes, you keep saying that. And then it's like a big rock quarry. It's like a rock quarry. There's a little rock pile in the middle. That's still the same fucking way as it was that long ago. So I went up there. It was a little trek through the woods. I Googled the map and the town. It's a little shithole town in Maine. And I mean that with love because I love Maine. But it's I don't even know the name of the fucking place. I can't even think of it.
I'm looking at it now.
There it is.
Oh, that's the with. I say that with.
See the rocks? See the water? Right?
Oh yeah.
So that, and if you go to my pictures, I have it in comments and compare it. Oh shit!
It's almost there, Lewis. It's the same picture.
Yes, that's it right there. Yes, you got it before me. You see how the rock is still the circle in the back? That's how it is now. And if you look past that, see how it cuts off. You can almost see the tree line. There's actually a boat dock there because it's part of the ocean, but they didn't have it there. But the boat place was there. And I talked to one of the guys working there, the older guys, and he was there when they shot it. And they didn't have any harness to nothing. And this fucking the old dude that played Herman Munster, 6'5", walking around that ledge. But so it seems like nothing. People would see that and go, what's the big deal? But I did information. That's the Allen Rock Quarry. It's been there since like 1836. And until they sprung the water, they were digging granite out of there. And some of that granite was used for many of the buildings around town. So that's a historical site, not to mention a movie site. So it's fucking cool, man. I dig that shit. And then like I went to the downtown for Storm of the Century. That was in Southwest Harbor, Maine. You can it's a cafe in an inn. That store, the dry goods store that they were in, they held the devil in that made them decide which kid to give away. You can go there and spend the night there and shit. I haven't done that yet, but so it's cool.
I forgot that he wrote The Shining. I forgot that The Shining was Stephen King because I was going to say there's Shawshank Redemption, a Shawshank by a mile, but then I saw Shining. I'm like, well, shit.
Dr. Sleep. You see this? You see that's from The Shining. That's funny. Yeah. My stepfather went hunting when I was 8. So my mom stayed up and I was like 8 or 9 and she was watching The Shining. And that's when I got into it. And I was like the two girls holding hands, the blood. And that was pretty much the first horror movie I was into before Jason and Freddy and shit was The Shining. And that blew my fucking mind at 9, 10 years old. And that was it. So yeah, brother. Yeah, you know what's up, Bob. The Shining's a good one.
You can watch The Shining on mute and still be scary.
I never heard that. That's actually
I can't imagine taking an edible and turning the Shining sound off and just sitting there in the dark and watching it. That would be terrifying.
He puts his hands around that hot chick in the bathtub. He turns around and she's got all moles on her body and burns. I'm like, oh my God, she's a witch.
Blood in the elevators and the
Uh-oh.
The snow cats.
The fucking maze with the axe, and he's walking through
Yeah.
the maze. I'm like, what is this? What
He
is
got-
the little red rum, and his little kid's eyes rolling back in his head? It's like, wow.
He calls that guy back from the black guy up from Florida or Cuba, wherever he was, and he's like,
Yes.
"Hello." He just comes up there.
I tell you, man. And the thing is, even though King does write that stuff, like he says, he bases it all off real life. He stayed at a hotel like that. He had visions like that, just different things. You know what I mean?
Holy shit. Hang on. My favorite Stephen King movie is Dreamcatcher.
You know how much fucking people hate that movie? I go, what? I go, when he's taking a piss and that thing eats his dick and all the animals in the woods are running. That's a great movie. And you know how many people shit on that movie? That is good.
I got Dreamcatcher like in my main shelf over. I love Dreamcatcher.
I love
Shawshank and The Shining are good because Shawshank is just a good movie, but Dreamcatcher is a classic. It's got Morgan Freeman in it. No one remembers that.
But look, they're all good in their own way. The Secret Window is nothing like The Shining, and it's nothing like Dreamcatcher. No. People don't go, well, Stephen King's the same. No, whoever said that would be a fucking liar.
He's got range.
Everything he does is all over the spectrum. Where the fuck's he going now? You know, because then you look at what's another one? Like the Green Mile, even. That's like a feel-good thing when the black dude saves the mouse and saves the guys.
That's a different kind of movie, dude. The Green Mile. It's not the same. Not the same kind of Stephen King movies that you think about.
Nothing to do with Pennywise or anything gory like that. Nothing to do with. Yeah. So I've been making it a purpose of mine to try to get every movie I can and every book I can. I got about 60 something books now, most of them hardcover, most of them first edition. But I tell you, even here in Maine, they're not easy to find. And when they are, if you do find them, they're $5 to $30 and even more, depending on the shape. So God forbid he passes away, they're going to go up even more. Ooh. But right now, man, I got a lot of VHS. I got a lot of books on tape. I go to thrift stores around me and I try to find shit. I got 3 versions of Pet Sematary. So I try to find different shit. I just read, oh shit. What the heck's the name of it? The one where, not Mr. Mercedes, but oh, come on. The one with Gerald's Game, when he ties the girl to the bed with handcuffs.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And then she dies and she's stuck there.
You're not here. You're only Moonlight.
That's a mindfuck of a movie, yeah, boy.
You're only Moonlight. Ooh. He was real.
That's what I mean, though. But how does that tie in with it? That doesn't. There is a universe like Cujo and all this shit. But at the same time, they're all different in their own way. They're all little stories. And I name me one other author that they've made 95 fucking movies after, dude. Think about it, right?
He pretty much just make everything he does a movie.
Maximum Overdrive, Graveyard Shift, The Mangler. I mean, stuff you don't. I saw Cell, Cell. That's got Morgan Freeman in it and John Cusack. It's about cell phones, and everybody's just screaming at you. This is like a dial tone. That's an underrated movie. That's a King thing. Then you got his kid shit. Nosferatu was a great 2 seasons with Charlie Minks and stuff. I don't know if you watched that, but that's fantastic. What a fucking series that is. Castle Rock. I've been to Orange, Massachusetts, where Castle Rock was filmed, where the factory is, where the dude that played Pennywise sleeps there, Skarsgård, that big mill, the Schlitz sign from the bar, that's in Orange, Massachusetts, just like the fruit, orange, and the color. I've been there. The big church that the black lawyers at the beginning, that's right there, man. I'll travel. I feel fulfilled because on the way, dude, I stop in Connecticut, right? I stop at 1895 Lou's Lunch, the birthplace, recognized by the Library of Congress in America as the birthplace of the hamburger. You like McDonald's? You ever had a hamburger at a barbecue? You can thank Lou's fucking Lunch in Connecticut. They make it out of these metal things, these tall things. They put the burger slabs in these compressor things, flame broiled all the way up. They put it on bread. They toast the bread. They put it on there with an onion, a tomato, and some cheese, and that's it. You want ketchup? Get the fuck out. They'll kick you out.
I've seen documentaries on that. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, and again, that's good. They serve it with potato salad or potato chips and ginger ale, ginger beer. Very basic. No Pepsi, no frills, no sundaes, none of that shit. There's like 4 things on the menu, and I tell you what, there's a line outside. Me and Heather waited for about 15 minutes, and it was fucking good, Bob.
They look really good.
Yeah. So that's the part, you know that, brother. Half the part about road trips, besides getting there, is the shit you see on the way, right?
Yeah, that's how I got fat, because I love foodie on road trips.
Yeah,
I would-
boy. What's one of your favorite, Bob? You must get out of Arkansas, right? You're in Arkansas, right?
Alabama.
Alabama. I knew it was an
Yep.
A1.
You sound like Lieutenant Dan. Arkansas, huh? Little Rock's a fine town. You boys from Arkansas, huh?
tuck that lip in. Gonna get caught in a tripwire.
Let's see. I go to we travel the most to like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which isn't far. They have a bunch of pancakes. But we get over to Savannah sometimes, and they have the Benny Van Go pizza and the oyster as big as your fist.
Oh, my old lady loves the fucking clams and the oysters and mussels and
Mhm.
shit. You like that
Yeah,
shit, huh?
Yeah, seafood is my. If the pig didn't exist, seafood would be my favorite food.
Oh, you got to get to Maine, brother. Stephen
Yeah.
King, lobster rolls. I treat you like a king. You come out here, you and your old lady can stay on my couch. I got a spare room up there. It's nothing fancy, but we can have fires, chase wild rabbits, fucking take some edibles and go chase some wild rabbits. It'll be fun.
I'm not going to tell her that because she'll start driving now if I know her.
It'll probably take you about,
20 hours.
From here to Iowa, I drove. Me and my buddy drove from Portland, Maine to Des Moines, Iowa, nonstop, 22.3 hours. I don't know where you are from Iowa. You're southern from that, definitely.
Oh yeah.
I would say it's almost the same length, though. Maybe if you take the, maybe
it said 20 hours. I looked it up a second ago.
Oh, okay. That's right. You did. That's right. 20 hours. That's right. Yep.
Where did it go? How many tabs do I have open? Son of a bitch.
See that you are a podcast host. Oh, speaking of podcast hosts, you identified S5. He's a good dude. I was on his show. Joey Hayes, like Stand By Me. Stand By Me, dude, or The Body, as it was called originally. It was called The Body because that's what they found, but then they changed it to Stand By Me.
Started poking it with a stick.
You know what's funny? He grew up on a road called Runaround Pond Road after his parents. Okay, check this out. So his dad's last name was Pollock. They were Polish, Pollock. That's what they gave them when they came over on the boat. But before Stephen was born, when Mr. Pollock married his wife, Stephen's mother, they changed their name legally, last name to King. So King is his real last name. Steve was always Stephen King. It was never Stephen Pollock. But the father passed away, so the mother moved to New Hampshire. But then they moved back to Portland, where Stephen was born. But then around 10, 11, they moved back to Durham, Maine, because Stephen's mother's father was sick. And Durham, as I mentioned in the Stand By Me, it's right down the road from a place called the Shiloh, which is a big church with like a gold crown. Really freaky, the cemetery in front of it. But on the road he lived on, Runaround Pond Road, next to the United Methodist Church that he preached at. That's the oldest Methodist church in New England, by the way, 1832. What's that, like fucking 40 years after we were even a country. So I digress. So at the end of Runaround Pond Road is ding, 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 Runaround Pond. That's where he went swimming. It's free to swim. He got a leech on him. And guess what that inspired? The fucking leech scene in Stand By Me.
I thought you were going to say Dreamcatcher.
And yeah, Dreamcatcher, the leech coming out of his, oh my God. Dude, out of that snowbank, dude, that guy's taking a piss, Bob, huh?
He opens up. I can't even do it. Oh. He's trying to get that toothpick. He's sitting on that trying to get that toothpick.
Oh my God.
The leech scene on Stand By Me is hilarious because I forget about stuff in that movie when I watch it again. It's like, holy shit, I forgot about that.
Boom, baba, boom, baba, boom, baba, lard ass. The pie contest, remember? And he's fucking, they all puke. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. I keep picturing the renditions that Family Guy did when Cleveland had to act like a culturally appropriate black dude.
I remember that.
He's like, Lordy, that dude still be found the body.
Oh my!
They do Stand By Me. They did the Stand By Me too, and Joe got his little leg stuck in the railroad track.
Oh my God, that's right. Joe, the one in the fucking wheelchair. Oh my God, classic movies, man. I mean, you can watch one or a million, and it's just fucking hilarious. Just like The Simpsons, never gets old. It never gets old.
You hit the wrong arrow with Stephen King, you end up with the bad graphics. But other than that, you're good.
So, okay, well, actually, you know what's funny? I want to ask you this. Where do you stand on the remakes? If they remade the Langoliers, I think they'd be okay, right?
I think so. I'm not sure what. I bet it would be kind of.
I mean, the main raid It and Pet Cemetery. So what the fuck, right?
Yeah. I don't know. The Langoliers, that was just. I just remember that miniseries over like 3 weeks. Well, and what was the one with the
Anteater? Yeah, was in it.
Yeah. What was the one with the anteater? Wasn't there a big anteater in one of them? It had like teeth. I remember
That
Balcony Bar
wasn't
Taco Mess.
that wasn't Tommy Knockers, was it?
It could have been. I remember it was one of those Sunday evening specials that used to come on Channel 9, ABC.
I kind of miss those days, though, don't you? Like every summer, the Wizard of Oz would come on, and you'd be like, "Oh, you go get your popcorn," and then a commercial would come, so you'd run to the bathroom, so you come back in
Oh man,
time. And
I remember
I
being at
kind
my
of miss those
grandma's whenever that
days.
Wizard of Oz was on.
Yeah, now you can get anything and click of a button. You go to Amazon Prime or fucking Hulu, or there you go, which is great. But at the same time, just like it is, just like mystery, you can just Google, "Hey, Google, what's that verse that goes na 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 na?" And it'll go, "Oh, that's a verse from the fucking Brady Bunch or whatever." So there's no more mystery, Bob. You know what I mean?
And
I
it
don't know.
doesn't make bar. It doesn't make like trivia in a bar any fun anymore. Because everybody always tries to cheat. Like we get it, you have a phone.
Yeah,
Try to
yeah.
know something. Because I love bar trivia and Mexican restaurant trivia.
Freebird Hot Wings. I was into them. Shout out to them.
Oh.
Radio show. I almost was a call the other day. And I'm thinking to myself, a lot of these times when the person goes pass, then they come back and the person gets it right away. I'm like, they fucking had a buddy of theirs Googling and going, "Oh, it's this." Bullshit. You didn't know the first time, but second time, poof, you know it.
All of a sudden it came to you.
Yeah, okay.
All of a sudden you remember the Big Bopper was with Buddy Holly on the plane. Like you didn't know that. You had to look that up.
That crash in Iowa. Yeah, I went and saw that when I was down there. The field. Yeah, they got a big pair of black glasses there for the Bopper or whatever.
Rescued Waylon Jennings.
Oh man,
we got Waylon Jennings out of it.
I love David Allen Coe. He's still alive though, but
he sure is. He barely,
but
he's a damn zombie.
I know, but his long hair just can't cover up his redneck. It just can't.
Nope.
I love Allen Coe. That's my fucking shots of Jack Daniels and shit. Oh yeah, that's some good shit.
He is probably one of my top 5 favorite singers ever.
Oh my god, he just don't give a fuck. He started the Outlaws Bite Gang. I mean, so many songs he does. He looks like Merle Haggard. I mean, he even sings about it because he don't care. But I tell you what, man, no, I love it. What kind of music you like? I'm just like whatever's pure. I can't help whatever my ears like. I like everything from D. Antwoord, which is like African rave, weirdest shit you've ever heard. Die Antwoord. If you ever want to hear some freaky shit, very, very. It's like hardcore punk, pop, metal. Techno. It's so fucking strange, but I went and saw them in Boston. The Dientwoord. They're from Cape Town, South Africa. It's a girl and a guy, white girl and a guy, and they speak with an African accent. Very fucking weird. But then I like David Allen Coe, man. Then I'll throw in Slipknot. Then I'll throw in Mariah Carey. Then I'll throw in Michael Jackson. And then I'll throw in Willie Nelson. Then Slayer.
I always say my favorite year for music is 1994.
Ooh. Because I like wrong in the 90s.
Because I like
yeah.
Country music's my favorite, obviously, because I like all the old country and not the new country, but 94. I always say my music preference stops at 1994. But I like all that rap and stuff like Tupac and Humpty Dance, shit like that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was. I got friends in low play. That was at every high school dance. That was at every roller derby. And then you'd have come on. You go, "Who let the dogs out?" Such a cheesy song, but we all fucking we got big. The girls, woo,
and the Macarena.
Oh my!
I love it. I don't give a shit who. I like the Macarena and Mambo Number 5. I don't care who knows it. Those are good songs.
You admit it. That's the difference.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god!
I'll bust that out. I love that song. I was the cheesiest white dude ever.
Oh, no, you're not, Bob. But the thing is, dude, that's the funk and soul in us. And I didn't swear funk and soul in us. I think that it's okay to let that white guy stature down. That white guy's got no rhythm. He's bobbing his head out of tune. Fuck that. I can fucking groove with the best of them, dude. Throw on some fucking Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg, motherfucker. Yeah. But then I'll go right into that nasal twang shit. I love Hank Williams. I love 3. I think 3 sounds like his dad in his first one, honestly. Junior's okay, but the first one's the best in my opinion.
Hank Jr. is my favorite singer of all times.
What about his boy though? 3 though. Huh?
I love Hank III. Sheldon.
Oh my god, he did with Pantera. Oh my god, he did some stuff with Phil Anselmo from Pantera. There 3. Oh my god.
When
I watched The White.
That album that he had, the one where he was in the car, just called 3. The very first one that's got Cocaine Blues on it.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the only album in the history of albums that I could start to finish and not turn it off.
I put that up against Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses, Appetite. I put that against anything honestly, that's going to be in my top if not top 5, at least top 10 albums favorites of all time.
Yeah, when it goes from thunderstorms and neon signs to that "Just Leave Me Alone" song, bwomp, bwomp, bwomp.
Oh man.
Last night you told me that I ain't worth a dime.
Oh God.
You hear
I
that
have a bad
thunderstorm, and all of
note.
a sudden and it's like a transition. I love that. I love that album.
Oh my
Devil's Got
God.
a Daughter.
Front to back and back to front. You don't have to skip any songs.
No,
There's no little weird intros. There's no stupid little talking. You just play. Just play.
I might get drunk and rob a bank.
Right. Yeah. I might get drunk. Rob. I remember that. We fucking put up our beers. I might get drunk.
And he talks about getting in Shania Twain's pants.
You have a vinyl? You listen to records?
Mm-hmm. I have it's in my dad's shop, but that I had in my room growing up. He got it all in his shop.
Yeah.
I had all the old Hank Jr. albums and stuff.
Oh, that sounds good. I bet my old man had the Willie Nelson. He had On the Road Again. My old man liked the mainstream shit, but he had On the Road Again. Still gonna like Willie, man. But he had that. He used to crackle at that one part, but I like that crackle part sometime. Honestly, it's kind of old school. We're old school fellas, you and me. Look at that. We're like in the 90s and shit. Ain't no
the Redheaded Stranger album. Willie Nelson. It was just like the same song over and over, but it was a different version of it.
I don't know if he had that.
Time of the Preacher.
Oh, I don't know if I remember that. I don't.
Yeah, Redheaded Stranger is like what would be a good verse? It's like you said you like Hank Williams.
Yeah.
Redheaded Stranger would be like Luke the Drifter, but Willie Nelson.
Oh.
You ever heard of Luke the Drifter?
That sounds familiar.
It's Hank Sr.'s alternate ego.
No shit. Like Richard Bachman to Stephen King.
Yeah, Hank Sr. had an alternate ego, and it was like a different kind of songs. It was called Luke the Drifter, and Willie Nelson had the Redheaded Stranger, which was a soundtrack for a movie he did. But it's like a whole different. It's like almost a different genre of music. It doesn't sound Willie Nelson-y.
Is that available at a local record store? Or is it something you can order online?
Oh, I had it growing up. I'll show. Let me pull it up here.
That don't fucking ring a bell at all.
Pull that up, Jamie. Pull it up. Yeah, it's good. It's all about a preacher that came into town and got turned around with some outlaws and had to smoke them. Turned into he wasn't a preacher anymore.
Dude, the old school fucking songs, dude. They were fucking small movies, small stories and shit.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
The Redheaded Stranger from Blue Rock, Montana.
Oh, I don't remember any of that. That looks cool.
Dude,
Target.
Dude, that'll change. And what you need to get the album.
Is that him now with the beard?
That's him in the movie. It's in the movie.
Oh,
the movie Redheaded Stranger, 1986.
Wow, he hasn't aged at all, has he? Holy shit!
Yeah.
I don't.
High as fuck.
Oh, I gotta have to get that. The Stranger. Wow, no shit.
The Redheaded Stranger. Yep.
So it's like an old Western type flick. It's like a, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It's like Tombstone. It's a lot like Tombstone. He comes into town and these outlaws are trying to take over a well for over this town, and he has to kill them all with a gun.
And he's solo. He's got that chick with him, but that's it. He's got no posse or nothing. No shit.
If you listen to the album first, like I heard the whole album over and over and over, then I didn't even know there was a movie. And
so the album's like the soundtrack to it or whatever. Like
the album is the soundtrack, and then you watch the movie and you're like, oh shit, that's real.
What? Oh, right on.
I'll show you. Luke the Drifter is. I don't know if I would.
So how do you do what you're doing right now? Is this? Did you have to do the present thing and you open up another screen, the share screen thing? I try to do that, but it doesn't show my face. All I see is the share screen. I got to work on how you do what you're doing. I'd love to do this for my show.
Yeah, it's
I can't figure it out. Like I'll bring it on, but then I won't see my face at all. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. Like right now, I wouldn't be able to see you or me. I would just see the screen, and the audience can see it, but then I can't see me. So I got to work on that.
Are you using StreamYard?
Yeah, I do StreamYard. I even pay the $25 for now, at least.
I'm thinking about getting that.
It's not that. All you do is bring on pictures and get rid of that dumb duck. That's about it.
Yeah. I think that's the reason I want to get it.
It's kind of almost, I don't know. I think I might get rid of it because I don't feel like it's super worth it. I can stream live to YouTube and shit, but I think you do that anyway, don't you? Right now?
I would like to be able to stream to the other platforms simultaneously.
Oh, that's kind of fun, yeah. All these comments are YouTube, aren't they? So you're on YouTube and Facebook, aren't you?
No, just YouTube. Live. I'll post it. I'll post the link to Facebook afterwards, but not.
Oh, Oh, fuck. All right. I thought you were on because I'm looking at the comments. I see the red things. So I'm like, well, that's YouTube, not Facebook. But there's no Facebook because you're not on it right now.
Yeah, you only get to do one if you don't pay for it.
See, right now I have it on 2 different Facebooks and a YouTube. I can have it for like 5 things. So I have it on my Historically Haunted, my Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter, and I have it on my YouTube channel. So I have it, which people on YouTube don't tune in anyway. It's more of a Facebook thing. So I don't know.
Who knows? I may have more of an audience somewhere else. The way algorithms work.
Some people go TikTok, they go up, they fucking get blown up. I can't even get 200 fucking subscribers on TikTok. And I posted me at Stephen King's house, me at Stephen King's radio, me with Ronda Rousey, me with Braun Strowman. And I'm like, okay, no one gives a fuck. But everybody likes girls with their tits hanging out or guys that can flex. So I get it. No one wants. There's very few that want educational. People want the quick blurbs and the fucking, whoa, a spider dance. And that guy hit a mailbox with a water ball. Wow. No one
wants that dopamine hit.
Yeah. Some people I don't think really appreciate or care about. Because I'm not going to do a video in 10 seconds, man. When I'm at a movie filming site or Stephen King's house or a place where pirates were or Portsmouth. I went to Portsmouth with my girlfriend, Heather, New Hampshire, and there was a Native American burial ground. There's 95 Native American women, men, and children in this street. They started digging it up to put buildings up, and they dug up a casket. So now they put a memorial. They go, oh, we can't dig there. So it's called the African Burying Ground. I did a video for like 5 minutes because I can't just go on going, African Burying Ground, what's up, people, peace, BLM. Like, fuck that. I got to get on there and go, these guys were slaves, and they were buried here, and no one knew. And it was, I got to give a little bit of a lecture because I think we need to expand our fucking minds, right? Like podcasts, people tune in, 10, 15 minutes, they're out of there. No one tunes in for a full fucking hour anymore. I love it. I watch podcasts. I'm there with my joint and my popcorn, and I'm watching these people fucking talk. But a lot of people just go, what's on something? Their attention span so nanoseconds of just.
Yeah, it's all like 10 to 12 minutes. All the views are 10 to 12 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's about it.
Listen while you drive.
Good for you. That's. I know, and I get it. You're at home, you got kids, maybe you got a pet turkey or a pet skunk or an armadillo or something you got to take out for a shit or a piss. But you can't. You got to come in and what are you gonna do? You're gonna watch another show about what people fucking or someone doing drugs, or you're gonna go judge someone that walked by. Like what is so better than trying to just get involved? But what do I know? I'm just an idiot from Maine, so. I
usually listen to podcasts like over an hour or so when I do them.
Yeah,
of course I only listen to audio.
Yeah, audio, Spotify. You don't even see the people. It's cool now because you can bring shit on. You can match a face and so, hey, shout out to Acid Witch, Halloween 3. But I get it, man. I get it. There's a lot more things on. There's so many options. And I think that's what humans is. There's just, like I said, man, it's like, all right, well, I got a game on my phone. I got Candy Squish on my phone. I can go to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, fucking Facebook. I'm going to go here, do this. I'm going to go look over here. I'm going to go shopping on Google. There's so many things you can do. And I think we just don't sit still anymore. I'll sit at my house, light a candle, shut everything off and read a book. Even now I'm writing my first book. I'm halfway through it. I've started to GoFundMe for my book. I said, you donate $10 or more, I'll put your name in my credits. I made $180. There's 18 people that are going to have their names in my book. Some people donated more than $10. Some people donated 100, believe it or not. So now I really got to write it. So it's my first book. It's going to be called, it's going to be called Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter,
When's it going to come out? This year?
I'm going to try. It's, man, oh man, dude, Bob, I tell you, I don't know if have you ever written a book or anything like that?
Nope, I haven't.
I love King, but I'm not an author, dude. I'm not a writer. And I go, I can write a book, fucking mind over matter. And I sit down, start writing it, and I just go, okay, once upon a time, right? And then I stop. I must have thrown away 10 pages. But now I'm doing an autobiography. I figure I'm going to start with what got me to where I am. So I'm starting from the beginning to where my grandmother gave my mom money to have me aborted. And my mom said no, she had me anyways. To seeing my first ghost at 8 years old or 9 years old in 1988, my mom's father. He died the next day. He came to me, walked me to the fridge, got me a drink. I thought I was tripping until I found out years later, my sister, who was 6 years younger than me, she saw him. So she was about 4. And then I saw my dad's dad die right in front of me, flatline in the hospital, fucking vomit, his eyes fluttered back, everything right in the hospital bed. I was 14. So it brought me, and of course, growing up in Stephen King territory. So it brought me into this. And my mom dying, me dying in a car accident, staying at Lizzie Borden's house all night, staying naked in her bed and getting touched. Oh yeah.
I think
I'm
I
not
put that.
bullshitting you.
I think I put that on TikTok, by the way.
People like that when I bring that up.
I
Yeah.
think I put
If you're
that
there
story on.
alone, dude, and I get the whole house, you look, I'm gonna like lay naked on Lizzie's bed with a picture of her right there. Dude, she was pretty hot as it was, not to mention who knows, right? And I mean, no ill will. I'm not being a perv going, I'm just standing there. Just I want to be free will. I get no beep boop, beep boop, beep boops on me, just my phone. And I fucking felt the sensation, man. And I don't give a fuck who believes me, because it's just I don't know, man. Bob's like, you're crazy.
I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot crazier.
It's
Nothing,
fun.
nothing shocks me anymore, to be honest.
No.
It's not the first ghost jerking off story I've heard in the last 6 months.
Look at Dan. Oh Jesus! I guess I'm at the right show. Well, look at Dan. Look at Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters. Right, you get a blowjob from that girl.
Mm-hmm.
She died about 4 months ago. She was a Playboy playmate. That girl that played Ghost in that movie. Yeah, she just passed away. I met Dan Aykroyd too. Side note.
Why
And,
did I just picture an angel giving Tony Danza a massage?
oh my God, Tony Danza. Oh my God.
From Angels in the Outfield, he's sitting there getting a massage from an angel.
Yes, Angels in the Outfield. They made that baseball team because of that movie, the Anaheim Angels. They weren't a team, just like the Mighty Ducks. They weren't a team until fucking Emilio. Look it up.
Really?
Mighty Ducks were never a team until that movie came out. The Mighty Ducks were a fucking pro team a year later because the movie was a hit. Just like real quick, you know where I went this past summer? New York, Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow's next to Tarrytown, Tarrytown. Sleepy Hollow was not named North Tarrytown until 1996 after the Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci movie came out. Look it up.
Really? So they changed it. That was in 96?
Look, Google it. Google the history of Sleepy Hollow. They officially named it. It was Washington Irving, the author, who's buried in Sleepy Hollow. We went to his grave. It's a national monument. I actually bought that book for $350, the 1980 copy of Legend of Sleepy Hollow, dude. It's the first American author to make it overseas. And I got it in a safe. I got it wrapped in bubble tape. I never even opened it up. I bought it from the guy, and I got it sealed, and it's in my fireproof safe. It goes for $500 on eBay, but I want to save it a little bit longer. But yeah, it's 202 years old. It's original copy of Sleepy Hollow, but it's also got Rip Van Winkle in it, and it's got like 18 short stories, and it's actually a 2-book set. $350 cash from an antique bookstore here in Maine. I paid for it. 1820, dude. Copyright.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was remembering the Jeff Goldblum one. I was like, that wasn't 96.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, he did one back in the 80s.
No, did he?
Yeah, 1980. Yeah, I mean, I remember he was Ichabod. He was giving him the rain in Spain falls heavy on the plane, trying to get him. He was like a teacher, you know.
Shut the front door.
Yeah,
Really?
I remember when you said Sleepy Hollow in 96. I'm like, wait a minute, that was
Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci, but Goldblum was
they did one. 1980. That's the only one I remembered because I forgot about the Christopher Walken being a vampire thing.
Oh my God, Walken's a fucking nut. He's a vampire in real life, from what I hear anyway. But I don't remember that when I've seen the cartoon, of course. But 1980, Jeff Goldblum in Sleepy Hollow. I got to do some digging.
They basically made him look like the Ichabod from the cartoon.
Are you kidding me? The big beak and the hair, the big ears.
Hang on, let me pull it up. It's incredible. It's like they made a live action of the cartoon.
Wow. You learn something new every day, Bob. You actually told me a couple different things. I'm going to have to check
that's the one I watched when I was in school. I remember that one.
Bet you that's in the 80s. I bet you. You get some. I'd love to see it. Wow.
I'm telling you, man, it's the exact same. It was like shot for shot.
Oh my God. He's even got the neck. I mean, the oh my God, dude, he's Taylor fucking.
Look at this.
Oh, I love that. That's oh my God. Look at that. Look how young he looks. He's in a tree from some wolves or something.
What about the movie he was in with Michael Richards? Where you at with that? Pennsylvania's 5000. They were ghost hunters.
Oh, Transylvania 5000.
Transylvania.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's like the Don Knotts, and that's like the Ghost and Mr. Chicken. It's a comedy.
It was like a stupid ass movie.
There's a nude scene in that that's deleted. Someone put. What Is Cooking Now. There's a new scene that's deleted scene on the DVD of the one that Johnny Depp's in, or this one here with Goldblum. Because that's amazing to me. I gotta fucking see this now.
Those are two different scenarios. It's either Johnny Depp or Jeff Goldblum.
One's going to get more women than the other one, I think. One's
going to really rolling the dice with that one. Goldblum. This is Jeff Go. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take my pants off. Ooh, and there it is.
Goldblum.
A little cold in here. Oh,
go ahead and take my pants off. Oh, I am Jewish.
Oh, looky there. Oh, a little cold in here. Oh,
we go in here. It's a little cold in Sleepy Hollow. Hence, he said. So he's saying this with Goldblum. There's a naked scene in there. I don't know if it will be with the chick there. What's her name? Katrina Van Tassel, or I can't imagine with him. But who knows? That's weird.
Maybe it's just him and the pumpkin.
There's a hole in the pumpkin.
That's how they made jack-o'-lanterns before they admitted.
Yeah, hence the word Jack. It's where it stems from. That's funny. I tell you what, though, that was actually named after a true story, more or less. We get it right. It begins with an H. Hessin. Hussein, which is a German soldier, was there horseback, and he got his head taken off by a cannonball in Sleepy Hollow, which was North Tarrytown, and that's what the myth was. And there's a little cemetery right next. It's in Ossing, New York. It's right next to North Tarrytown, which is Sleepy Hollow. And right there, the cemetery is literally right there called Sparta, like Sparta, Sparta. There's a dude buried there called the Leatherman. He walked around with like 80 pounds of leather and would sell it to people and shit. He's buried there. It says a Leatherman. I've been to his grave. And also in that grave cemetery, there's a foundation for a church that was hit by a cannonball. There's a big structure there. So it's a cool little area. We spent the whole day there just looking at the history. Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, where Washington Irving is buried. That's where the Ramones shot the film, the movie video Pet Cemetery for Stephen King's movie was in that cemetery. If you ever watched that video, I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. That was filmed in Sleepy Hollow too. So we spent a day or two there taking in sights. And every town's got something to offer, though, not just Salem or New Orleans. You know that, Bob. Every fucking town's got something to offer, man, if you really look for it.
The more people I talk to, the more I realize it's everywhere. Crazy.
I went to...
it was that close to, like, New York City, New York.
Well, also in North Tarrytown, aka Sleepy Hollow. Now we went over the bridge, the Headless Horseman's Bridge. I got a picture of it. It's a big placard, and on the thing it says, the Headless Horseman is a big thing, and they kind of milk it a little bit. I don't blame them, but when you go to the, it's the 1645 Dutch church. It's the oldest church in New York State, all of New York. From Niagara Falls to the city to Staten Island. It is the oldest church in New York. And a shingle fell off, and I got a shingle in my collection. And it's right there. And there's a girl named Van Tassel buried right next to it where Katrina Van Tassel's buried. It's a real name. He took it for the book. I've been to her grave.
He took a shingle.
It was on the ground. I go, I did a little blessing. So I get a little thing. Because part of the pet cemetery, if you've ever seen the movie, it's all white. All the headstones are white. When I went to the site where they filmed it, I found a piece of 2x4 that was white. So I kept that. But I also got a brick from H.H. Holmes, America's first serial killer. They think he was Jack the Ripper. I got a brick from his childhood home in Gilmington, New Hampshire. When I went to go see it, the girl goes, "Are you here for H.H.?" I go, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "Well, I'm refurbishing the bricks. You caught me on a good day." She goes, "I'll give you a brick, but don't do any satanic rituals." I go, "No, I don't have any ghosts anymore." But I still got it. I got some rosary beads on it. And I got the picture of her and me outside the house. Yeah, man, I've lived a fucking million lives. When I really look at it, I'm a lucky motherfucker. But all I've done is put some gas in, taken some Pop-Tarts and some weed, made a day out of it. When most people want to go to Miami or the Bahamas or a Red Sox game or go see a fucking porno or go to strip clubs, I'm going to cemeteries. I'm looking where there's abandoned buildings. I like my girls too, but don't get me wrong. But I want to go see where history was made, man. I love checking out where the Vikings may have been or Gloucester, Massachusetts, right? There's Hammond's Castle. This dude Hammond invented the remote control, and he's buried out back underneath barbed wire and poison ivy because he's buried like $1 million. And this castle, Hammond's Castle, it's got a drawbridge that goes down. Me and Heather went there, and you can go in and explore. And out back's the Atlantic Ocean by Salem and shit. Mermaids are seen out back. Hello, why do I need a fucking movie when life's a movie, dude?
Yeah, there's a lot of those kind of places around no one ever talks about.
No, they
Yeah.
all want to go to Conjuring House. They all want to go to the Ohio State Reformatory. They all want to go to the Alamo. And I get it. All these places are great. Don't get me wrong. Roswell, they're all good. Area 51, they all want to go too. Queen Mary, cool. But dude, there's 9,000 places that are like, I'm here. I'm free. Come see me.
Mm-hmm. With much scarier stuff that happened there. But
yeah. Yeah.
I've got the curator of Waverly Hills coming on in like 2 weeks.
Dude.
And I got him by accident.
What? Explain.
I was just like, because I do the cold calls and everything. I find people that have, member of East Street Paranormal Society in their tag. And I'm just like, I hit them with hey, this is who I am, this is what I do. Hit me back.
Smart.
And this lady said, well, I don't really have anything to talk about. My husband curates Waverly Hills, but I talked to him and it's like, what? Yeah, he's on next week and he just got verified.
Wow. That's called fishing. And you just got a fucking big mouth bass.
It is, when is he? In May 10th. Ernie Pack.
Dude, Bob. Oh, Ernie, yes. Pac-Man Paranormal, right?
Mm-hmm, that's him.
Bobby. Take care. Have a good night. Great show, Bobby and Eddie. Yes. Adam, Scotty B. Thanks, Scotty B.
He's got to go mod for Long Island.
But Bob, you fish enough times, man, and not that none of your obviously I always say this, all my guests are great, but sometimes you get that home run, like having Dr. Satan. Holy fuck! Like I just said, the worst thing he's gonna tell me is no, right? Because I've had a couple go, no, I'm all set. I've had some people. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna mention them because they're not worth my time. And I'm not trying to be mean, but if they're gonna say no, I'm not gonna give them a shout out. But there's some people I've tried that are from local people. I've tried, like I tried. I'll give you one that I tried. One of the people that taught Stephen King, one of the teachers, doesn't want to come on. So fuck him, whatever. That's cool. But I got the girl from Halloween, so this, which isn't paranormal, but it's fun, man. I don't want to just, like with you, man. It's your show. It's all over the place, though.
We can go anywhere.
You know what I mean?
I don't like the pure niche shows. I don't know if that's all they talk about is blob squatches. I'm like, God, I watch them a lot, but I don't like the. I couldn't do it. I can't say I don't like them. I couldn't do it. I want to talk about Forrest Gump sometimes.
Yes, or even early. The Hellfire Club in Dublin Mountains is steeped in dark history. Wow, the devil himself was said to appear there. It's a creepy place. Dublin, Ireland. That's right. You're overseas, right? Mm-hmm. That's a get to of mine. Ireland. There's a lot of lore with the castles and just different stuff. The Templar Knights. I mean, we're talking about when America's like, oh, we get the 1700s. Fucking England's like, yeah, we got 1300s. What's up? You know what I mean?
They got the whole freaking 2,000 years just about.
Really? Yeah. A lot of it's maybe been destroyed and rotted, but I'm going to ask you a question. It's my turn since I'm a host too. I want to ask Bob a question. Yeah. I probably asked you before, but I forget. What's one of your bucket lists, dude, for America and for other countries?
Probably to go. Every time I think of what I want to do is go to get street food in like South Korea and Thailand or something like that.
Yeah.
I would
what do you mean? Like you got no limit? Like you want to try scorpion on a stick or something?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really that I wouldn't eat because I'm a foodie. That's the reason I got fat. I keep getting fat about every 3 years. But I guess the only thing that I've ever heard about, and I may eat my words, no pun intended. The only thing I've ever heard about that I wouldn't eat is the little rotten chick from the Philippines. The chicken embryo. I just don't know if I can eat something else.
Oh, yeah. I watched that on World's Deadliest Foods or whatever the fuck with that guy's Andy Sorbain or whatever.
I just don't know if I can eat something. Yeah, I just don't know if I can eat something that smells like something dead. Because I don't like that smell. That just gets me.
It makes you feel like I'm gonna get sick from this. I know it. Like something's gonna turn on my stomach or something. Yeah, I can dig that. I can see that. Like these people that like take a monkey and keep hitting it and then carve open its brains and shit for good luck. Like what the fuck's going on?
I'll tell you one thing. This is gonna sound crazy. I want to try. We're about to go really dark here. I would like to try dog and cat, like in the traditional. I'm not trying to be racist, but Southeast Asian, however they eat them, so they're still doing it there. It's not racist; it just happens. And I would like to. It's never gonna be. I'm never gonna have a chance to try it, but I'd like to see how people taste.
Interesting.
like say somebody had to get their leg chopped off for a surgery, and you got a calf muscle there. It's basically a pot roast. How would that taste on a Blackstone griddle with some olive oil?
You
Just
definitely are
one,
a sick fuck. That's
just
fucking
one.
awesome.
Well, I don't want anybody to get hurt.
No,
I
no,
don't want
no.
anybody to
I get what you're saying. You're not a cannibal, but you're interested. Do we really taste like chicken? I get that. You're interested, man. That's honest.
No, I'm not the only person who's ever thought that. Surely to goodness, but like I'm like, what do we taste like? It's got to be, if you see somebody get have a wound, it's red. It's got to taste almost beefy.
Meat's meat, right? I mean, I think about
Yeah.
it. If we eat the same shit, grass, grain, other meats,
Hmm.
other animals, and then we build up this fat and this stuff. If it's cooked the right way with the right seasoning and rosemary and olive oil, maybe a little bit of barbecue or A1, you know what? It may not be so bad. But the thing is, it's one of those things where it's taboo. If you talk about it, it's like, oh, Bob's a cannibal. Ooh, but it's not so much that. It's just it's interesting. I'd try anything. I would try snake. I would try porcupine. I try llama if I could. Like, they got beef jerky you can get sometime, and it says it's like wild
Yeah.
alligator or something. I don't know if it's true or not. But I would like to try almost anything once, as long as you said, as long as it wouldn't kill me and it
Yeah.
wasn't super foul. Like, I don't know if I'd want to eat like a big spider or something like that. Like, I don't know if I want to eat an insect, but if it's something
Yeah.
meaty, you know what I mean? Like a carnivore.
I as far as wild game goes, I don't really get doesn't like excite me because I've always eat wild game my whole life.
Like
I've
pork,
eaten,
I heard.
yeah. I used to have, yeah. I mean, I would just one bite on a chopstick that's in like a little salt, a little savory. Just how does it compare? I don't have
Yeah.
to have the whole leg.
Yeah, I'm not gonna Facebook post it. I don't need 500 people around me. But if I'm in some old restaurant somewhere and some dude's like, "Hey, try it. Go ahead,
I
fucking."
mean, if there's some place with a monkey's paw and a chicken in the window,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, try some of this long pig," I'm gonna be like,
That.
"Yeah, give me a bite."
Yeah. You
Give me
want to
a
try a
bite.
little bit of? Hey, this is what I call Frank Smith. You want to try a little bit of Frank
Yeah,
Smith?
secrets in the sauce.
Anybody named Frank Smith? Don't call the show. We don't mean any connection. We didn't
I
mean
thought you
you.
were talking the fried green tomatoes guy.
Oh, no. Oh shit! There's a classic.
Remember that ate him?
I
I hate
love
dude.
some.
His name was Frank.
You ever had fried green tomatoes? Have you actually ever had that?
Oh yeah,
No
many,
shit.
many, many times.
Is it sweet?
It tastes like you ever had fried squash?
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
make fried green tomatoes in like a something similar to what you put catfish in.
Okay. Oh, I never had.
And
I've had. Yeah. I've had
it,
crawfish.
it's you ever had a tomato?
Yeah. Well, I.
Fried green tomatoes taste a lot like tomatoes.
Oh, just green.
Yeah, it's just it's softer. I don't really get the appeal of it other than the fact that green tomatoes have more like regular tomatoes, red ones, they're squishy and they come apart. Fried green tomatoes have some texture. They're not ripe.
Oh, a little bit
And
more firm.
so frying them kind of softens them up a little bit.
Hmm.
They're pretty good. I mean,
Hmm.
it's obviously something somebody invented because they were starving to death in the Great Depression. But 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 they're not bad. I mean, there's a couple places around here that have them as appetizers.
No shit.
And my grandparents make them every spring, so I've had them.
I like okra. Okra's good.
You ever had fried okra?
Fried okra is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot like fried okra. Same kind of taste,
Spicy,
same kind of texture.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from the deep south. We eat that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah, that's some of my shit. However, we went for a road trip. I forget. We went to Tennessee, Nashville one year, and I tried some fried okra. They had these like crusty, like this Irish place had these devil eggs. Some of the hottest chicken I've ever had. They gave me a popsicle after. It was cool. They came up and goes, "This popsicle." I go, "Oh, it's fucking hot." We went to Nashville, right by Tootsie's or yeah, Tootsie's, right? Yeah, and Ernest Tubbs record store, and yeah.
Yep. I ate about a dozen pickled or deviled eggs today.
Oh, that is some good shit. Give you
That's an Easter tradition there.
Oh, happy Easter to you and your listeners. That's right. I haven't really celebrated any holidays since my mother passed away. We do a little bit with Heather and her daughter, but honestly, a lot of our family and friends have passed away. I don't know if it's because I stayed at Lizzie Borden's or if because of that brick I got from H.H. Holmes, but I've been cursed. My friends and family have been dropping, dude. The same year my mom died, my best friend died of cancer, and my grandmother died, my Italian grandmother. And then after that, dude, I've had just 4 friends die, another cousin. I had the close call, And 3 or 4 of my friends have passed away, and 2 of them have left the state. So it's like I literally just hang out with Heather. And that's why I do this shit, because if I just sit at home, dude, I'm going to go crazy. So I write my book. I got a log of places I want to go, what things are known for. As you can tell, I'm a talker. I don't talk much. So when I do get to talk, I talk a lot because I'm just always home. But when I go out, man, I make friends, opportunities. I went to, excuse me, Corinna, 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 Maine. There was a mill there, the Corinna Mill. That's where part of Graveyard Shift from Stephen King was filmed, when all the rats eat the people and the big bat.
Oh, the giant rat.
Yes. So there's 2 mills. One's in Harmony, Maine, where I go, and it's the oldest sheep woolen mill in America, the Bartlett Mill. It's still in production to this day. I got a coffee mug and some mill stuff. But there's other one in Corinna. I digress. There's other one in Corinna, Maine, dude. It's all gone now because it was polluting the water. So I went to the town hall down the street and I asked them about it. The town hall happens to be the town library. So I went to the librarian. I asked them about it. Bought a Stephen King book there used for like a couple bucks. And the girl goes, well, it was torn down. I go, I'm a historian. I want to take a video. She goes, well, while you're here, do you want to see our 1892 jail cells in the basement? I go,
No.
Do I? And she gave me a free tour, and I got a video of it on my YouTube and pictures of these old metal jail cells. Yeah, that they held for the train. A train went by. It still goes by, and they put the prisoners on it to go to Portland, Maine to be held trial. And they stayed in this jail cell. People's names are carved in the bricks and shit. Oh, my God, dude. History
That must be
boner.
insane. Yeah,
history boner.
That gets me. It gets me.
Does it really? You like that shit? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't ever like pursue it like I always think I do. Like during the week, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this and this. But we go on all kinds of different little history things when the opportunity arises. Like in Ennis, Montana, we were seeing all the stuff, and anytime we can see, me and my daughter Alabama has these historical markers everywhere. And other places probably do too. They're just a big plaque about the size of a TV.
Yes. Yes.
And we stop and look at those anytime we can.
You have those out there too. It's like
everywhere.
a museum. Yeah. Historical site or museum in the streets, they call it in Maine. But they're big, and you could stand there, and it says things like, such and such happened here. And I'm trying to look them up real quick. I'm not ignoring you. Real quick, I know we talked for an hour, and it's almost night. It's almost 10 o'clock here, so I can only go for a couple more minutes.
That's
but
fine.
I gotta show you real quick if I can find it.
We got a problem here with those kind of things that people tear it down if it's Confederate related.
I fucking don't like that.
Yeah,
you can't tear down history. No one's gonna know what happened, man. You can't do that shit. General Lee, can't watch Dukes of Hazzard anymore. Why? Because the Southern flag's on the General Lee, the old Dodge Charger.
Yeah, it's 69. Yeah, it's. I mean, you can. I've had a come to Jesus meeting with myself about how they feel, but I think that at some respect it did happen, and you need to acknowledge it. It's like not acknowledging the Holocaust.
Yes, but you're not sitting there going by having meetings and bowing to the statues. Yeah. You're just saying, "Hey, so and such happened here." If you
the history is rich too. That's what I like. I took a lot of Civil War classes in college down in Alabama.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I was a history minor at Alabama. Was like that's a bucket list item in of itself. You hear a lot of stuff.
I was gonna say Arkansas is Razorbacks. Alabama's what? That's
the
right.
Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide, go Tide! Yes.
See him up here behind me. There's my college license plate.
Oh, Rat Tide, Roll Tide,
Rat Tide. We would just say it like that, kind of stupid, like South Park. Yeah, Dad.
Rat Tide. Shut up, Kenny. I said, kiss my ass, Mr. Garrett.
Let me answer this comment from Joey Hayes real quick while you're looking.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at my fucking pictures. I can't find.
He says, "Is there kibble in the U.S.?" And we call kibble dog food in the U.S. First of all, Joey Hayes.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but he said it's basically little drops of batter. If you're ever in Scotland, you'll get the chippers there. Whenever we get some fried catfish places that have a batter that's more like a tempura.
Yeah,
it comes with the little, I guess, what you would call kibbles. We call them crunchies, and you pick them up, and eat them like shredded cheese.
That sounds good.
I know what you're talking about. Captain D's especially.
Well, here's one. I'm trying to find the one I'm looking for, but here's one now. You mean like that? Like that's Blair Bridge.
That's exactly what it looks like. Those are exactly what it looks like.
In New Hampshire, they're all green. This is a bridge where this girl was going across to go to school, and it was a little walking bridge, and the bridge collapsed, and she drowned. So they rebuilt the bridge in her honor, and that was like in like 1890. She was like 15 or something, and she drowned there. So they called Blair's Bridge because Blair drowned, and they got a big placard, like Betty and Barney Hill. The black and white couple got abducted by aliens in 1963 in New Hampshire. That's what I was looking for because I've been there. And it says Betty and Barney Hill, the first U.S. documented case of alien abduction. And it's a big green sign like a mile of where they got abducted, supposedly. I like that shit. It's neat to learn shit because it's kind of cool. When you go down the street, you go, oh, a sign, stop. Or you see a rock with a placard in it because I want to know what happened there. I want to know if Ulysses S. Grant walked this street. I want to know if the General Lee, you get rid of Gettysburg, right? What are you going to do? You pave over Gettysburg and forget about the Civil War and make it a parking lot? What?
Can't do it. Especially all the souls that got lost that day. That's an issue. That's like
how can you be a bigot and go, well, they didn't like black, so fuck them. So now you don't like whites, or now you don't like people that have an opinion, but you can't cure hate with hate, dude. Right? You can't. So set an example. Don't be a bigot too. But I get it. Liberals want their way, and we just can't have that. Bad feelings. Everybody gets a trophy. What? Don't get me started.
How do you feel about Stephen King being that way, though?
That I know. I
didn't mention it earlier when you said that because I didn't know where you were.
My brother-in-law, he doesn't like him because he loves Trump and he can't stand King. And I said, I just wish actors, athletes, and I wish people would just like literally like, unless I ask about your opinion, I don't give a fuck. Write your books, make your movies, and just shut up. Like no one cares if I care about gay rights or black rights or not, unless of course I rub them the wrong way about it. But no one really cares. They just want to hear about the history. I hope they want to hear about my history and that stuff. I don't want people to know, and I don't want to know what if I believe in God or if I believe in same sex. That's my business. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And honestly, yeah, man, I love my girl. I love women. I can't help it. And if I'm a bigot because of it, whatever. But I think with him, I just wish, but who am I to tell him to shut up? So I tried to like not let it get to me, but I just wish people would just stop talking. Like, I just wish people wouldn't tell you their opinion because it's like, oh, it sucks. So yeah, it kind of sucks because I don't honestly agree with him. I'm not a big politic guy anyway, but I'm just like, oh man, just write about Pennywise. I don't care if you don't like Trump.
I've gotten less and less political and one-sided since I started doing the show. Yeah, because I realized that everybody's pretty much the same.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't be. I was a W the president single party voter until just a couple of years ago when Tulsi Gabbard came along.
Oh,
I started kind of branching out. I'm like, well, maybe it's not all one side.
That's what they want you to go. They get you the blinders. And then I hear things on other things that independents, Democrats, and Republicans all work together, and they want you to think you have a choice, but really they're all on the same agenda. Oh, yeah. So it's like, it's really a lose-lose. They just want you to think you have a choice, but really they got to we're all going towards getting branded. We're all going towards getting, what's the thing there? The
chip, the mark of the beast.
Well, yes, go around. You're going to take the door. It's true, man. There's less and less God in things, I think, which is kind of sad. And I think a lot of it is, martial law. We're coming to that. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a worldwide curfew. Right now they want to make a one money system. They want to get rid of everything else, Bitcoin. They want to get rid of currency. They just want to have like a one money system. They want to have a one faith, a one work system, a one language. I'm kind of glad that I'm almost 50. I'm kind of glad I'm towards the end of my life because the next 100 years don't look too good.
Yeah, something's gonna be bad. I hope I don't ever see it.
Eggs are expensive now. Milk's expensive, but medicine's expensive, but pay's not expensive, and no one gives a fuck. People cut people off. Even in Maine, where it used to be cool, Northern hospitality, fuck you. You see middle fingers all day, and oh my god, yeah, there's a lot of hate out there. Not just, I don't care if you're gay, straight, bisexual, transgender. If you think you're a cat, a fire person, a fire hydrant, people just don't like you. Don't give a fuck who you are. So I think this gender shit and all that shit's great and dandy, and everybody's trying to find a team. But even those own people on their own team don't like each other. Even the gays hate each other. Like the straights hate each other, the whites hate each other, the black. Everybody hates each other. So I think well, everybody's out there. Just, you can't even go to a fucking grocery store without everybody eye-fucking you and just looking at you. Mm-hmm. What's your problem? So I go to a graveyard. I DoorDash, give people their fucking food, go to graveyards, find movie filming sites, go home, watch wrestling, get high, kiss my girlfriend goodnight, and go to bed.
Is there no like
Mom.
Google Map collection of Stephen King sites?
Not yet. There is a. You know what's funny? My buddy told me I should do a tour. There
The
is
Walking Dead has them.
Yeah, there is SK tours in Bangor. They don't call it Stephen King because they can't, but he gives you tours of his house. He gives you tours of like the Kenduskeag River by Lover's Leap. There's a Lover's Leap rock where two Native Americans were in love and couldn't be together because they're tribes. Supposedly jumped off, committed suicide off this big rock ledge on the stream that goes to the Atlantic Ocean. And that was where the Losers Club hung out. The Barons, where Bev took her top off, went swimming, and they all went swimming together, and they were having fun in it. In the original It and in the new It, that's the Kenduskeag Stream. So he brings you there. I've been there, but he don't go beyond that. Like I can go anywhere from Lisbon, Maine, Durham, Maine, where he went to school and grew up, all the way to Southwest Harbor and Acadia National Park. That's where the Micmac burying ground is. That's way the fuck over here by Ellsworth. That's where Victor Pascal, when he got killed by the truck, hit by the truck, and he's bleeding, and they brought him up on the steps. He needs a doctor. In the beginning of the original, those steps are a city hall. I've been there. Mm-hmm. Steps are the same, windows are the same. The girl gave me a tour. Told her I was there. She goes, "I'm retiring." I've been to the sites from Creepshow 2. The hitchhiker scene. Thanks for the ride, lady. When the black guy gets creamed.
Creepshow.
Dude, in the beginning, when she fucks that gigolo, she goes, "I had 6 orgasms," and she runs out of the building, and you see a big green awning. Franklin Place condominiums. That's right there in Bangor, right down the street from the Bangor Library. And in the Bangor Library, they have a couch. The America's first Republican vice president, vice president to Abraham Lincoln. His name was Hannibal Hamlin. He fought at Fort McClary in Maine. He was president of the Tarantine Club. It's a club in Maine. It's actually a food and restaurant place now. He was president of that, America's first vice president. He died playing poker at the Tarantine Club on this couch. He had a heart attack and died. That couch is on display, and it has all his information about him. I touched it, and I rubbed it and stuff. It's right there for display. He's buried in Mount Hope Cemetery in Bangor now. If you look in the beginning, in the scenes when Lewis jumps the fence in Pet Cemetery to go dig up Gage to bring him to the Pet Cemetery, he runs right by Hannibal Hamlin's grave at Mount Hope. Mount Hope is America's second oldest garden cemetery behind Mount Auburn Cemetery in Cambridge, Massachusetts. That's America's oldest garden. Call it a garden because it's got benches and lakes and shit. So also, that's where Stephen King played the minister in Pet Cemetery. And that's also where Al Brady, the guy I talked about earlier, America's Most Wanted, was buried because no one from Indianapolis claimed him. He's buried in the Jewish section. Not that I know my shit. For someone who smokes 14 joints a day, I'm not reading a prompter. This is all up here. I can give tours, man. Harmony Mill Graveyard Shift. That's in Harmony, Bartlett Mill. That's where I've been there. The guy gave me a tour. That's where they shot the movie for that. Bangor Waterworks. The inside of that was part of a film. Bangor International Airport, the Langoliers. But then you go to Belfast. That's another town named after Belfast, Ireland. That's where Thinner was filmed. Augusta House of Pancakes. When they eat inside, that's where Thinner was filmed. I know these spots by heart, but they're miles away. So I don't know if I do like $100 for this area, $100 for this area, but I want to charge people if they want to come to Maine. I'll show you. I'll show you where Gage was killed, but it's going to cost you. You know what I mean? Because I figure, why not, man? Everybody else pays people for shit. If I'm going to spend my day bringing people to sites, I want a couple bucks, and I think that's fair. You know,
you should. I don't know how much. I could brainstorm on this later and do a part 2. Maybe make it like a convention kind of thing.
I'm trying that. That's kind of in the works here. Now that I know Donnie Green, I know the truck's refurbished. I know his radio station people. I actually got a filming permit because I want to film a documentary. There's a guy from Minnesota that wants to come down and film something with me. So there's something in the works. I can't talk too much about it yet, but I know so much shit and no one's done nothing about King yet. Not really. While he's alive, why not? I know the standpipe, the big white building in the beginning when he walks out in It and he sees Beverly, the big fat kid, the new kid in the first It, the remake of the It, the second It, and he's got a big white building. That's the standpipe. That holds 1.3 million gallons of water in Bangor. It's a 4-story building. I've been there. Steve used to write books about underneath that. That's a mile from his home, right by the storm drain, where he inspired Pennywise. And back of his house is Mansfield Stadium. It's a baseball stadium that he donated money to. He taught Little League there. His son played baseball there. I know this shit. I know where it is. I can get there right now if you want me to. So why not share it? Make a couple bucks out of it. Maybe make a movie, right?
I'm just picturing like a 15 passenger van
I need one.
with a PA system. Like,
Maybe the movie playing as we go by. You know what I mean? Where the logging truck came out of. Remember the logging truck came out of? The big gas pumps? That's in Brewer, Maine. I've been there. I've been where the girl at the end goes into the garage and thanks for the ride, lady, in Creep Show. I've been there in the beginning of Creep Show 2 when the creeps in the big green truck and he goes, "You're always here, Timmy," and he's throwing magazines out. That's Stephen King's son. That's in downtown Dexter, Maine. Dexter, the serial killer. Dexter Shoes is from Dexter, Maine. I've been to the Dexter Historical Society. They made a shoe for Shaquille O'Neal. They got it on display in there. I tell you, man, Maine's got history. I know a lot of it. It'd be a shame to not pass it on to something. And why not make some bucks? So if anybody out there wants to sponsor me, you got some ideas, let me know. But for the most part, it's all me and my girl. I don't know anybody. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm trying like the Dickens to get known. And not so much just to be, oh, look, I'm Adam Began. But I want to like share my knowledge because this is some killer shit. And I think it should be known. And it's taken me about 2 years to find all this between Google, documentaries, stopping into town halls, town offices, to word of mouth. You name it, dude. It's not easy to find these places. It's fucking not easy. And I went and I did it. And I still got some more to go. But anyway, I got to get going soon.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking,
talking to you, Bob.
I was stealing your pictures to change this episode to you. That's
Bob.
That's what I was doing over here. But yeah, you said Adam Bacon. It sounded like Zach Bacon. I'm like, whoa.
I talk too much. Well, I try to do Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter now. That's my kind of my handle. And I like that because it shows what I am. I look for the history of the macabre, of why is this building abandoned, or who is this guy? Why is this guy in the cemetery said he died? I went to a cemetery in this Indian township in Maine, a Native American township. It's not even a real town. There's no fire department, school, nothing. And there's some dude that died like in some bomb squad thing. And I'm doing research on him. No one knows who the fuck he is. He's some dude that died in the bomb, blown up in the bomb squad. I go, what? Why? Who? What? I got his name written down. I'm trying to do research. He could be the next hero. Why not? Right?
You never know. There's thousands of them out there.
There is.
People never heard of.
There is. It's the next big thing. And I figure, fuck it, dude. So I'm getting some attention. If you guys could subscribe to my YouTube, I'm trying to get 300. I look at these people, these girls with big lips and tits and nice big eyes. Why do they got 5 million followers? I get it, dude. But come on, guys. You guys have seen chicks. Pornos are free. Subscribe to people that have knowledge. Don't you want to learn some shit? Like I'm teaching people where fucking vampire. There's a vampire WW pool in Richmond, Virginia, in Hollywood Cemetery. That's where the lead singer of Gwar, David Brockie, Odorous Urungus, is buried. I've been to his grave. That's in Hollywood Cemetery, along with a big pyramid. And there's 50,000 Confederate soldiers buried there from the Civil War. Mm-hmm. So that's got to be known. You know me, brother. I could talk to you. I got to have you come on my show. I got to give you some open dates. You got to come on my show sometime. I've been on your show twice now.
Yeah. I've got dates coming up.
All right. I'm switching to do it. I'm switching to in June. I'm going to go to Thursdays. I'm on Fridays now, but like I do, dude. Summertime, people are out doing stuff, partying, stock car drag racing, ghost hunts, party bars. So no one's going to watch on a Friday. So I'm going to go to Thursday.
Yeah, it helps.
I think so.
All right, we'll drop off here. Let you get. I forget you're on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, about 9:47 p.m. The old lady's coming up. She wants to get in the room. But yes, historically haunted vodcast with a V. I do that. I do Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter now, and I'm just trying to find my niche. I'm trying to find my people. I don't like jealous people. I've had some friends of mine, supposedly friends that denied coming on my show or don't even want to name drop me or share my shit. So you bringing me on, I appreciate that because I just want a new audience. I want true people. If I can get 1 or 2 people out of your people, dude, that think I'm cool, I know you dig me, so that's good enough for me.
Oh, yeah. So I'm reaching out. You're like the second person I reached out to. I said, I'm going to reach out to Adam.
I ain't shy, brother. You know me. I'm talking about me for an hour and a half.
Now I'll take advantage of your hospitality and reach out to you every time somebody cancels.
Oh, Bobby, I got to reach out to you. I owe you the favor, man. You're a good dude, man. I really appreciate you. Don't post a lot, but when you do, it's always good. You got me for a laugh. Yeah. I love your support. You're one of the realest motherfuckers in this world. Not even, you know what I mean?
Try to be.
You are, dude. You got a life and family, and you're so cool and humble. And every time I go on people's shows, they 90% of the time they talk about themselves. And I think to myself, aren't I the guest? Because when I have guests on, I kind of let them ramble. They're my guest,
Oh
right?
yeah, that's the best kind.
I'll say this hour, I took up all your time, but that's cool. That's a lot of new stuff with me. Like I said, I'm gonna be in the parade. I get to sit in the red truck that killed Gage. He goes, "You can take pictures, I'll sign whatever you want, and then we'll do some meet and greets. You can set them up." So I'm like, "Oh, he wants me to be like a promoter." So
And that's 4th of July?
well, yeah, he's gonna be here the whole month. So I think 4th of July, and I think the second week we're gonna do something. But then he said he's going on tours. These meet and greets, like the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, and all these little where Kane Hodder goes, the guy that played Jason, and all these little tours. What do they call them? Like Scarefest type things, or like conventions.
The horror cons.
Yes, horror cons. He's going to do the
Fill in the
outside
blanks.
ones with the truck. They want to book the truck and him. What a great thing, right? If you can get Miko Hughes, who I met, who played Gage, that's a home run. But he wants to involve me. He likes my shit. He's on some edibles. He thought I was cool. He heard my homeless story, and I'm just tickled pink. So, dude, life's a fucking ride. You know that, Bobby. Never stop.
It's like a video
Now,
game.
dude, you don't need to do this podcast. You can give a shit, but it's fun, right? This is your baby. This is,
She's
that's
growing.
cool.
She's getting bigger.
I love it. Yeah, I see it everywhere. You had some big guests on not too recently too. You had some big names there. Like the last couple. I try to share it when I can, but life's hectic. But I'm glad we reconnected on here. Thank you for your time. Thank you to all your listeners. Joey Hayes in chat. He's been up there nonstop. Appreciate him talking about eating humans and stuff. What a weird fucking show. It's a first, Bobby.
That's who I am. That's how my mind works.
So, man, I'm going to leave you with this. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate your respect for the history, your respect for King, your respect for just fun. And I know politics and religion, all that shit's aside, dude. It's just, I get it because it's just not worth it. Just fucking, I don't listen to any of them. I just go, whatever, dude. You don't like peanut butter? I love peanut butter. Just make a fucking movie, write a book, or shut up,
Just do it.
That's it, brother. Good to see you, Bobby.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Subscribe, for the love of God. Subscribe.
Subscribe.